December 21st, 2024, Boulevard, California. The old Spreckels Railroad he built. Put some gold spikes in someplace. I'm sure they're all gone now. Carried goods and people to and from San Diego, the bustling town at the time, and to the agricultural area of El Centro. Understand that they grew cotton in El Centro. They brought that back in probably for fabrics and processing to the mills. And then riding, you imagine riding through this many, many years ago, and nothing has changed here. It's just scrub oak, some scrub pine trees, and sitting in the hot railroad car. You know, there was no comforts. So lots of history as we leg up. This is due west, and we're going to turn around and look at due east here. Oh. Might get a little much too much sun. Now I'm walking over here. This is due east. East-west line stops in El Centro, so this would be like going to El Centro. And see the actual ties, how the wood withstood the. This is high elevation. It's about 4,400 feet. Okay, so they do get snow, rain sometimes, and it does get cold. So I'm not sure if the timbers were treated, but you can see that how they're kind of just so falling apart. But they're of course the iron looks great. Look at those bolts and steel, wherever that came from. Big bolts. Fortunately, it hasn't been vandalized or anything. It's just still here. And they had to take a route that they didn't go through the hill. They had to go around the areas and bring all this stuff in. This is pretty windswept, so it's pretty clean. I want to get a closer look at some of those bolts for those people who are kind of like interested in all the technical part, which I'm not. Okay, so I'm gonna get on my hands and knees here. Oh, some writing on it too. We'll see what it says. Can't quite make this out. There's a bunch of numbers, some kind of code. Can't quite make it out. So we'll go around here, see if we can read someplace else. And there were natives here too. Of course, the Kumeyaay band of Indians were here. Oh, here's something here. All right. This says Colorado 179. I'll research that. Holding that, that must be the part that holds the track on both sides together. Colorado 179. That's interesting. And obviously, the train can only go in one direction, and there can't be another train going in the other direction. That's obviously, you know, obviously we know that. So they have to have good planning. There's not a double rail. So we did identify one of the parts. So it may look boring, but you know, it's just so historical. And someday I'd like to find the bitter end on the eastern route. If before we get into El Centro. Okay, now here's another part. See if we can read what that says. looks like. Okay. Now this particular part says canted tingus. So I got a railroad buddy, I'll find out. Here's another one. Can't quite read that one. Let's see if I can read that one. Canted. Looks like Go Pat 25. I have no idea what that says. But my railroad friend will be able to make it out. Not all of them. Okay, here's another one. 130 canted. That's cut off. And could be a long piece I cut off with different numbers. We got some numbers here. What does it say? 5216. And then some numbers. And the last one we look at is this one. But